All right, people, time to paint. Time to paint. All right, let's get moving. Let's do some painting. Best thing, one of the best things in the world. Painting. One of the best. Some of the most rewarding activities you gotta pay for. Painting, unfortunately, is one of those things that are not free. But actually, you know what? Painting could be free, but it's usually not. They say the best things in life are free, but I would have to disagree because painting is so wonderful, but it is not free. Painting can be very expensive. So Danny E, welcome. We got Omizu, and Kate seems to be returning from a previous night's stream. So welcome, Kate. This seems to be the regular crew right now. Danny and Omizu, and Kate. I'm sure Dave will pop in at some point with a goofy comment. And I don't know. That's about it, right? Did I name everybody? Michael Wilbur was here last night, but he was only here for like 45 seconds. So yesterday I had an open shirt and I got a lot of it was more viewers than usual, and I wonder if that's what I need to do. Um, do I need to objectify myself in order to get more viewers, subscribers to my channel? Hmm. I might have to. I might have to start objectifying myself, people, as if people didn't do that already. All right. So we got Prairie Winds and Wildflower Spiritual Arts. Oh, great. Look at that. We've got some Canadians, some friendly Canadians, wonderful Canadians in here. I love Montreal. Montreal is such a beautiful city. I've been there one time. I went there for 6 hours. Well, maybe like 10 hours. I think it was like 10 hours. We were there for like 10 hours. And absolutely wonderful, wonderful city. But here we go. We're going to be painting this portrait. And you know, here's the funny thing is I love this portrait where it's at right now. And honestly, if I would be so happy to just like make this a style and like have people be like, "Oh yeah, you know, that's his style." And I would be happy being known for this style. But the way I like to do things, my current situation as an artist, meaning uh, meaning I have limited space and time and everything. I gotta put extra time and effort into my paintings, push them as far as I could go. Otherwise, I would have entire warehouses filled with paintings if I could just paint however I wanted. But I can't. Or maybe I could. Maybe I'm self-limiting myself. Style is overrated. Omizu says style is overrated. Is style overrated? Let's see if anyone is willing to challenge the Omizu paints. Artistic style overrated? Done. Is artistic style overrated? So Prairie Wind says, just stay true to yourself. Thank you. Thank you for the wisdom. The wisdom is here. The wisdom. All right, let's see. We got this. This is still wet from last night. Let's grab our red. I'm gonna grab a nice chunk of red here. And we are going to loosen up this paint here. All right, and here we go. Get some reds right into here, some nice deep reds. And to go with. This is just a hue. So unfortunately what that means is the hue isn't as deep of a red on the canvas as I think like regular red paint. But hues are great. I think you know, most people like say use the most expensive paints that your money can buy, that you can possibly, you know, afford and keep painting without interrupting your workflow. But I like to say, you know, even cheap paints have their uses, whether it be for practice or whether it be for like underpaintings or whether it just be for like, for just, you know, maybe like little touches of stuff. Now, if all you do is paint very specific like types of paintings and you know exactly what you do every single time, and increasing the price of the paints that you use is like just a way of upping your game, then that's cool too, right? But I experiment a lot. I waste a lot of canvases. I waste a lot of paint. And you know, that's just how it goes for me. Iron Dragon is here, the master. Iron Dragon. She's beautiful. Also, I am a master. You know, I have about 8,500 hours left to go of live stream painting before I feel like I can call myself a master. So far, I've done about 1,500s of live stream painting, and I have about, my goal is to hit 10,000. I may not be the first 10,000 hour live stream painter, but I will. That's my goal at some point to hit that event. One day, maybe. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow I just totally give up painting and never pick up a brush again. These things can happen, people. Look at all the red. Look at all the red. Why is this red? I don't know. Red's like just a great color all around. I don't know if it's actually adding or taking away, but Omizu would never call himself a master. Yikes. Yikes, Omizu. Ever? That's because there we go. So Omizu would never. Well, then here's the question. So Omizu, when is it okay, if ever, for anyone to be called a master? That's the question for food for thought here. Omizu assumes master means something. Good point. It's all meaningless. Is that what you're going for, Omizu? There's no meaning in anything? Is that what you're going for? Or am I interpreting your words inaccurately? Am I putting random words in your mouth? Or, I guess I wouldn't be putting words in your mouth because I'm really just reading what you said. But am I misinterpreting what you said is the question. This is interesting where it's gotten. So we're just going to lay down our nice last thick of red here, thick space of red. And there we go. This is fun. You know what I want to do? I want to dull down this red a little bit. It's a little too powerful. Too red almost. So I want to bring in our yellow ochre and try to dull it down just a little bit. It's a little overpowering. This feels very like film noir. Did anyone see that painting of like King George or whatever his name is? I don't know what King something, that where he was painted like, and they started saying that, what is he, like the Lord of the Underworld? Because he was painted like all red and everything. Did that do anything to dull down the red? I don't think so. I don't think that did anything to dull down the red a little bit. Omizu would call me a master? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, yes. Call me a master. Joking. For those of you being here for the first time ever, that was a joke. Just interacting with Omizu, which could get you in trouble. So Toasted Wheat wants to know, is that oil or acrylic? Yes, this is all oil. I exclusively, at this point in my life, exclusively use oil paint. Because I have so much oil paint. I would love to use acrylic eventually. Because acrylic works fast, especially for abstract pieces. It's nice if you could use acrylic because, you know, it dries so fast. You can really have some fun with it. Oh, you know what would have been a great color that I have like on my brush now? Would be like a really less red and more like a dark brown, like a burnt sienna color would be much better for this. I might have to paint this over with a burnt sienna. It's Sarah. My live sucks. She likes the drawing. This is excellent for oil pastels. Wonderful. Thank you. No, this is oil paint. It's not oil pastels. It's oil paint. Now I'm cleaning up my brush. All right, Labubu has entered the room again for another time. What's up, Labubu? Labubu, do you need another prompt, Labubu? A prompt of something to draw? If you need another prompt, let us know. We'll give you a prompt. The world shall decide what Labubu YT draws. By the way, if anyone needs a good creative Discord to be a part of, Omizu has a Discord. I would totally share that. Oh, you know what I need to do right now? I need to type a message. I need to clean off my brush and type a message real quick. This is so important that I'm gonna take off my gloves. Oh, Mizu asked me a question on Discord. Let's go pop into Mizu's Discord, shall we? In a minute. Maybe. Let's go pop into Mizu's Discord and see what he is demanding of me. You can't make demands. What is Omizu demanding? Omizu demands that I respond to his essay on abstract art. Huh. Session may seem easy on surface, much more to it than slapping paint on a surface. Agreed. Those things, and by the way, I'm responding live right now. Okay, abstractive may seem easy on surface, but there's much to it than slapping paint on surface. Agreed. Those things can be overlooked and seen as being easy, but when you really start to pursue it in an authentic manner, the subtle doors to those hidden places slowly begin to reveal themselves to the practicing artist. Wonderful. I understand this statement can be interpreted as cryptic, but that is the difference between a casual passerby and someone giving over their entire being to this practice. Wow. That was deep. I can't say as in Omizu, I'm reading Omizu's words. I can't say that I am this, but since I've been partaking in the practice, I realize how trite I've been whenever I've said that it is easy. All right. So here's a question. Hypothetically speaking, you said that you can't call it trite because now you do it. But here's a question. How do you know if you're just calling it special now because you have to do it? You know what I mean? Like people, people don't like to criticize their own activities. So of course, you would be unlikely to make fun of it if you do it yourself. How do you know? Anyways, that was from Omizu's Discord. So if you would like to get some more of Omizu's wisdom and his essays and his unreasonable demands, like quitting your live stream just to go read his comment, if you would like to have somebody like that in your life, go check out his Discord. Am I doing a good job selling Omizu's Discord? All right, let's get to some real painting now. I'm going to use this brush right here. Let's get a little bit closer. We're going to work on her face. And we're going to find a yellow white. Let's find like a yellow white here. A little hint of red. Hint of red, pink, yellow, white. My cat, every time she jumps off of a table or something, she goes, ah. She like makes a grunting noise. And it is just so funny to me. That she just knows that, she's supposed to exhale whenever she jumps off of something. All right, so Mizu said you were speaking tritely when you said abstraction is easy. Now that you're practicing more. Okay. Okay, let's see what we're going to do about this face here. So, let's see. We got a peach color right now, so we're going to come up with this peach color. We'll go with the peach color right here. I'm going to go this peach color under the eyes. This peach color is going to go blend down in her face here. And then we're going to get just a little bit of a highlight around the face here. Use this peach color to highlight around the face. And bring this into the nose a bit. So we're going to go right into the nose here, get this peach color into the nose. Made her nose a little bit bigger than it's supposed to be, but I think that's okay. Proportionally speaking, right? Do I have my community posts turned on? I think I have my community posts turned on. What do you mean, Omizu? What do you mean, sir? I'm pretty sure I have everything turned on. I don't limit anything. I mean, actually, you know what? That's a lie. I limit many things. Like, I definitely limit things. But I have no clue what Omizu's talking about. Alright, so here we go. This is like a peach color. I need something a little bit whiter. A little bit whiter in tone. So we're going to bring some white down into here. I'm going to bring this white down just to give it a much more subtle shade. What?
Hi. Nothing at all. I'm ready to go.
If I want to post a portrait, I definitely think my community posts are turned on, but I'll have to check later. ViatX, VlatX says obsessed with white girls. Are you saying that I'm obsessed with white girls, or are you saying that you're obsessed with white girls? Because all you wrote was obsessed with white girls. I don't know how to interpret that. For all I know, that can mean that you're obsessed. No clue. Need some clarification there. Let's get some of this yellow highlight in. Puppet and Lego Show, thank you for jumping in to compliment this. I know it could take a lot of effort to jump into a room and put yourself out there and be like, great painting, dude, great work. But your words go a long way. Even if it doesn't seem like much, it is. It is. Really is. Words, your kind words go a long way. Kat, you making weird noises with your mouth again?
Well, I just lost my teeth. That's weird. Yes, I lost.
Okay. Let's see. Working some yellows. Working some yellows into the face. And then eventually we'll go, into some other colors. But for now, just working some nice thin layers of yellow
Okay.
over red. Are you getting out of here?
Yeah.
Or you're gonna have to come around over here.
Tripping.
Just 4 inches off the ground.
Doesn't matter. I trip over things that much off the ground.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
All right. See ya.
Have a good paint session. My chin's too pointy.
Huh?
My chin, it's too pointy.
Are you counting this dark outline? Because I'm getting rid of that.
Oh, okay. All right. Have a good time. Don't forget there's food here.
No, I'm gonna go out and get food.
Are you?
No, I'm just kidding. Never. All right, here we go. Just bringing in some of the yellows, and these will be some good highlight colors here. Puppy and Lego show. Is it a puppet and a Lego? Yeah, it's a puppet and a Lego show. All right, let's go. Let's bring a little pinks, some pinks into this, just a little bit. I'm gonna try to find some nice bold pinks. What is a bold pink? A bold pink is when you boldly go where no person has ever gone before. Should Omizu call himself a master? I think Omizu has the right to call himself a master. That should be the next big question. Should Omizu call himself a master? So adding some highlight to lips. It's good to, when you start to add highlight to lips, that's what gives, you know, a lip its glow. And things start to pop and show. Pop, lock, and drop. A little pink under the chin here. And let's go right up into here. We can actually blend in a little bit of a highlight going around. Let's go bring this up. We're gonna bring a highlight right from the corner of the eye. Just to soften the face a little bit. And some of the reason why I paint this crazy way at the beginning is I just love the idea of, you know, my paintings having like this super loose style underneath while still having access to this, like, you know, this the method of, like, you know, painting something a little bit more, I don't want to say realistic, but like, you know, a little bit more tangible for the everyday casual art consumer. But, you know, is it really that important to seek validation from other people in your artwork? Is it important to seek validation? Maybe I'm seeking validation. Am I seeking validation? That's a question I'm asking myself. I'm like, no, am I trying too hard to find validation through my artwork? Right? That's the thing when it comes to realism. That's one reason why I think I personally do some realism. Is like, it's so easy to get validation if you do realism, right? Because people will be like, oh, hey, that looks like you've got great technical skill. And I'm making funny voices for the art critics out there who love realism and just obsess over it. I'm making up a funny voice. What's my favorite color? My favorite color, you can call me Emmett. My favorite color is blue. I love the color blue. My favorite color. Favorite color. The color blue. What about you? What is your favorite color, Kate? Cat?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard some noises. I was like, is she still here? No way.
Yeah, I forgot to shut off the PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
Shutting it off, and now trying to find my phone.
Now you're out of here. Purple is a great color. Apparently, the color purple used to only be reserved for royalty. Purple is a wonderful and royal color.
Can't find my phone. Can you call it, babe? Or not? Oh. Never mind, I think it's in the bag. Hey.
All right. Misu's asking if that's my obsession, wanting the title of the master. That's funny. Are you? I can't tell if you're like playing along or if you actually think I'm serious about obtaining that title of the master. I mean, I do I do have that 10,000 hour goal, right? At some point in my life, I would love to stream 10,000 hours. But I don't think that the 10,000 hour thing is like, you know, what constitutes master. But I do feel as if it constitutes as some level of mastery. But you seem to be taking that whole 10,000 hour thing I said very seriously on this one. Eskandre Beshara. Eskander Bashara is here. Tell Amizu again when I hit 10,000 hours. Tell you what. What must be known in 10,000 hours? Tell what? Why you gotta be mean, Bashara? Why you gotta be mean? Bashara needs a hug. But he can't get one because nobody likes him. All right, let's see. We're gonna come around the front of this lip. Come around the front of this lip here. Round out this chin a little bit. Chin is looking a little pointy right here. We're gonna round this up. Oh, maybe I'll really defend the title. I don't know. I feel like as far as the whole mastery conversation goes of 10,000 hours, I feel like what I have in my head is a bit different than what Omizu has in his head. And I'd be curious to know. Like, is it a real thing? Yes, I do have that goal of 10,000 hours. But will I really? I'll probably, the truth is that when I do reach that 10,000 hours, I'll be like 10,000 more to go. I've still got 10,000 more hours to go. It's just an arbitrary goal. A meaningful one, a milestone, but, it's still somewhat arbitrary. Because, what happens once you reach a goal? We all know what happens. You kind of get this feeling, this sense of loss. Right? Because you're complete, you do something. They say this happens when you train for like a marathon. If anyone's ever completed a marathon, they say that what happens when you finish a marathon, if you've been training for it for months, maybe even years, and suddenly you reach the marathon day and you finish, and suddenly, the thing that you've been training for is no longer there. And you don't have this thing that you're chasing anymore. And what happens? What happens then? You start to feel low. You start to not feel that great. And what you have to do is that you have to find your next goal. You got to find the next activity the next activity that's going to get you riled up. Mizu. Oh, Mizu's a master. What are you talking about, Mizu? Everyone, let's just call Omizu a master. Let's just celebrate Omizu's mastery. Master Omizu, master of all the arts, is here. Okay. I'm sure anyone can guess what caused that just now. Is this still alive? Oh yeah, this is alive. That's great. I'm sure anyone could guess what just happened just now. If you want to take a guess, go for it. That, people, is what you call a cat. That was the work of a cat. Now she's feeling bad about herself. Pookie, you little crazy girl. No, she's back at it. She's back chasing her little thing. Pookie, my little kitty girl. Pookie, my little kitty. What's up with you? This hand's probably gonna look way too big. But better to paint somebody with big hands than hands that are too small. That's a lesson you can take from Vincent van Gogh. Vincent van Gogh was notorious for painting massive oversized feet and massive oversized hands. Well, there we go, Mizu. The audience has spoken. The world has spoken. What is your take? Shall you continue your debate with the universe, 71% of the universe, or will you reconsider your questions, your thoughts? Yo, Ash VR says, this is freaking amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you, thank you. We are going to continue making it more or less amazing. Sometimes it ends up being less, but you know, we're just going to keep working it until some point when I decide that it's done. And when do you know when a painting is done? Sometimes you don't. You just keep going until eventually, hopefully, something gives you a sign, a feeling, an emotion. Well, Mizu won't even give an inch. He won't even budge on his view. I know people like that. People who never change their minds about anything. Okay, what color do I have on this palette right now? I want to go for a darker. What, Pookie? Quit making weird noises. Mizu the unsweat. What, Pookie? Can you stop with your little grunting? So what's going on, Ash VR? Thanks for jumping into the live stream. Thanks for checking this out. Thanks for saying what's up. As you can tell, we are having a long, deep conversation, Omizu and the rest of everybody. Omizu is saying that style is overrated, but 71% of voters say that it's not overrated. Her hands are extra big in this photo. That's okay. We're going to leave it like that. She's got extra big hands. I'm going to go in with some yellow here. Better not F up this portrait. Oh, I've done plenty of portraits of cat that have been messed up. So this one is definitely one of the better ones. And fortunately, and maybe unfortunately for her, she is definitely the subject of many of my experimental painting styles. So maybe unfortunately for her. Let me clean off this brush. So I could always do more. I can always do another portrait later. It's like riding a bicycle. Once you start painting, you just keep going. All right, so let's go right in here. Let's bring some highlight into this. Her hands are going to be really disproportionately sized, but that's all right. No one ever got mad at you for giving them bigger hands than they're supposed to. Maybe that could be the shtick, you know? That could be your style. It's just I paint big hands. All right, let's see where this is going. I gotta get into this face here. Let's get into this face. I'm gonna paint this like reflected light here. Let's see, we're gonna drop some light right there. And now I want to try and tighten up this outfit here. So I'm gonna grab a slightly bigger brush, and we're gonna go in with it's like a gray outfit. So we're just gonna go. You know what? I have a gray. All right, here we go. We're gonna go Payne's gray here. So knocking out a Payne's gray, put it onto our canvas here. This Payne's gray is gonna be a foundational color for our outfit. Let's grab some white, throw it into our blue, bring our Payne's gray in. I'm gonna start to get like a bluish silver, which is gonna be a great color actually. Whatever this color is what we're gonna work with. So this is gonna come down. This needs to be a little bit further under the chin here. We're gonna paint over this area. We're gonna bring it up a little bit higher. We're just gonna paint over the hand, bring this up a little bit higher just to show less wrist. There's too much wrist. Really loving this color. It's gotta be a good combination of this blue here, this blue, white, and gray. Some white, some more white. Should be using a, what do you call it? A palette knife, but I'm just gonna go with this. So come down here. Plus, I kind of like this brushy look here. Oh, you know what oh yeah, I gotta fill all that in. Still a lot of work right there. I'd probably just try to make this like outfit disappear, you know? Just make it kind of flat. Make it just a flat thing. Be expressive with it, because who cares about the outfit, right? The outfit's not important. Unless you're painting for like a 15th century king, which I guess you should treat everybody you're painting as royalty. But if you're painting for like a 15th century, 14th century, 13th century royalty, you know, outfits matter so much. Because, you know, paint was expensive back then. It's still pretty expensive now, but not as expensive as it used to be. You know, you used to have to like travel. You used to have to contact a local merchant and travel and like look at the paint and interact with it, and you had to convince somebody to let you go on an excursion to. You had to get financing from the queen to be able to take a naval ship out to mine for cobalt or cadmium. I don't know if that's how long cadmium's been around, but I imagine that some challenges of getting oil paint back in the day, the pigments, the metals, the ingredients, probably required some level of schmoozing, convincing people that as an artist you needed your supplies. And I guess that's why art hasn't always been for everybody. You know, art has not always been historically something that everybody can do. I mean, yes, everybody can do it, but not everyone could afford to, right? Like you couldn't just go to Michael's and be like, hey, you know, give me some cobalt blue. Give me some cobalt blue. You had to go and find it. You had to find the cobalt, mine it, go probably down on the Silk Road and source some materials. How am I painting this, by the way? I'm just laying down this color. I'm having fun with this outfit. At this point right now, I don't really care about the outfit that much. And I really just love the looseness of how it looks, honestly. But at some point, there's a probability that I will, get more serious with it. But we'll see. We'll see how it ends up looking. Let's actually use some of this blue. I'm gonna go in with this blue. And what are we working on? Just filling in all the white spaces. That's what I'm working on right now. I don't like seeing white spaces. We're still so early in this painting. If we want to, paint it up at some point. But for now, it's the completionist in me. Someone that has to paint the whole canvas in order for it to feel full and complete. What does that say about me? Okay, let's go into here. No, actually, none of the dress is actually showing through right there, so I don't need to go there. We do need to go around the fingertips. So we're going to go around the fingertips here. Let's go. My goodness, these cats are wreaking havoc today. How's it looking? See if we can throw some blues into this space here. All right, let's find some nice strands of hair. Let's start to work on this hair a little bit. We're gonna fill in this hair. And with the hair, let's see, how do we want to do this? Capture some nice fine hair right around here. So give it some nice streaks. This is interesting. It's like a green, but I like how it's coming out actually. So we're gonna go bring this around. And we're gonna go, let's see, the nose, wherever the nose is gonna come around, and this is where the hairline is gonna be. So we're gonna go bring some highlights across the top of it here. Honestly, this green might be like a good contrasting color. Let's go with a bit more. This color, I'm really liking it. What paint am I using? So I'm using this yellow. I really like this brand of yellow that came from Amazon. This is called Charvin Paris. But what I like about it, as far as the quality goes, I haven't really spent time like comparing the quality compared to other lemon intense yellows. But this is a Series 2 lemon intense yellow, PY35 semi-transparent. And let's see, it says plus plus plus, which means it's probably got some good light fastness. But the reason why I like this is because it comes in a pack of 5. And when you order on Amazon, when you go to this company, you look up Charvin, and they have like a pack of 5, but they're all different shades of yellow, and they're all this size, which is great because it's not great if you know very specifically what shades of yellow that you like, or red, or blue, or green. But it is great when, if you're like me, you just want every color, and you'll just work with any shade of yellow or orange or blue or whatever, and you'll get 5 tubes. If you order from Amazon, you get 5 big tubes, these 200 milliliter. Is it 150 or 200? Can't see. It doesn't say. Oh, 150 milliliters. So you get 5 of these 150 milliliter tubes, but there'll be like different shades of yellow. So there's like this lemon intense yellow right here, and then you'll get like a tube of medium French yellow. So you have like a few different shades of yellow that you get to start messing around with. Or, if you're more serious, then you're not really messing around. But yeah, it's great. I love the Charvin, the way that they've organized it so that you can have your variety of paints. So I'm adding in these greens just to give the hair some extra highlights. Let's go keep working with this color just to bring down the hair quite a lot. And try to bring down the hair much more around here. Just give a nice little swirl. Nice little swirl right there. And we're going to come down, bring down some strands of hair. All right, and this is also, if we bring out some of the hair around the side here, just capture some of the other varying colors around the edges here. let's take a look at this. It's just gonna come around and woof. Make the hair look nice and natural. There's a much more delicate way to paint hair, but I'm really just going for some very loose, something much more loose here. Let's see, we're gonna bring some highlight. Bring our highlight right here. Let's add in our mineral spirit, grab some more. Need to pick up a lot of paint here. Actually, you know what? There's a very subtle gold transition into some of these areas. So I want to bring in some of this color. Like a nice deep brown. So we're gonna grab some of this brown. We're just gonna go, you know what? It's not brown enough. It needs to be darker. So let's try to find a darker, deeper version of this. We're just gonna find some areas to find this deep brown right here, just to give it some more. You know what? That's not cutting it. I gotta. Let's go. Let's actually just bring in our burnt umber here. I'm gonna bring in a burnt umber. I'm gonna go with a burnt umber, which is like a really, 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 really dark brown. Sometimes it could be confused with black. I'm just gonna create some shadow just to give the hair some depth here. Honestly, it's probably too much right now, but we'll work it. We will work it at some point, and eventually it will look okay. Maybe find the gold in it. Get the gold in it again. Find the gold here. Just to add some depth. We're gonna come down like this. And let's go and lighten this up. Let's see, right here. Reduce the lightness over there. So let's, actually no, I should clean off this brush and we're gonna go back into some of the hair. I think what we're really doing is just adding some dimensions into this, you know, adding some extra dimension into her hair right now. So let's go grab this white. We're gonna go bring back this yellow. And so we got like a white and a little bit of blue on our brush. And I think it's helping to give this the light reflecting, this extra pop of light, which is nice. I'm trying to go with these like really broad strokes for the hair because the brush that I'm using is a really rough brush. So it has like this, it gives it like this separated bristly look, which I think is good for the hair. So I'm just trying to play along with that and just capture some of the effects of hair. Hmm. All right, that's looking kind of cool, right? Her hair, if you could see it close, you would be able to see that her hair is quite diverse. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get rid of this brush. This is good to just establish a lot of strands of hair. You give the illusion. I wanted to create an illusion. But now, I want to go in. My goal right now is to go in and try to capture some of the smaller shadows. So I want to try to capture some shadow. That's the goal right now. Gotta clean off my brush. Been having issues with brushes lately because my brushes are not surviving. They're not. Brushes are not lasting long enough. Let's see. What's a good brush for this? Ah, here we go. This is a great brush for this. Our Rosemary & Co. Red Dot. So I think Red Dot is just their code name for sable color. And I'm gonna start using. So I have two things. These are some things that come in helpful. A stainless steel ruler and this is a maul stick. I actually bought this after I had this, and I thought this would be helpful. But here's the problem: is if I stick it on, it like slides around too much. But if I put this on, it's like really stable and it's much more stable and sturdy. So I've gotten used to this. Now I think the maul stick is where it comes in really handy. Is if if you're painting on a big wall size painting, and like you cover the tip of it with like a sock or something, and you could place it onto areas that are dry. But I'm not working like that, so it doesn't really help me very much. But what we're gonna do right now is we want to take some of this brown, and let's lighten it up a little bit. We're gonna take some brown for her eyebrows. Yes, she has brown eyebrows and blonde hair. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's go like this. And let's go like that. Let's grab some more of this brown. This is a burnt umber color. I think our eyebrow's a little too dark, but at some point we will work it and fix that. But for now, just get it moving. We want to lighten this up just a little bit. So we're going to add some highlight to it. Let's use our yellow ochre. Let's bring some red into our yellow ochre here. And try and reduce the overall density of this color around the edges here. There we go, that's a little better. A little less super dark brown, which is just what we're looking for. And this eyebrow is going to come off just off of that. Now let's go with some black here. So we're actually going to bring it. Oh no, that's gray. Shoot. Oh no, we do have some black. Good. So we're going to take some of our black. I'm going to start. You know, of course, she wears eyeshadow, so you know, capturing some of the other details. Let's see. So this is going to go around her eyelids. And now for the other eye. So one thing about drawing eyes, if you draw them long enough, you'll like figure out the fact that, you know, eyes tend to. Ooh, why does that eye look so bright? Oh, okay, I see what I gotta do. You'll start to see that eyes, like, you know, they go around the face. You know, the eyeball is curved, so whenever you're like painting an eye or something, you gotta realize that it's curved. Therefore, it usually goes around the eyes, or I mean, around the. What am I trying to say? It usually goes around the head. I think that's what I'm trying to say. All right, whatever. Everybody gets it, right? Everybody understands exactly what I'm trying to say. Let's go find this. Trying to find a more natural skin color. We need to paint this around this eye right here. Natural skin color. So we're gonna go around. That's gonna curve up. It's gonna be the inside of her eye. Let's see. All right, we can actually bring in the lip here. This isn't looking too bad. You can actually add this little highlight to the lips right here. Let's go to the tip of the lip right here. I can actually bring in some of this gray, just like greener, just like shade of green into the eyes a little bit, just to establish the eyes a little better. What's this eye? Yeah, that's how it comes around. Let me find like a dark brown. I need a dark brown so that I can capture like the hazel. It's not like really hazel. She has blue eyes, but like at this angle, you know what? I can fake it, right? I can fake this. I can actually, even though I'm seeing hazel, I don't actually have to paint it the way I see it, right? I can paint it however I actually interpret it. I can paint it however I want. Sometimes it's easy to forget when you're trying to like go for like a realist painting, when you're copying from a photograph. It's so easy to forget that you are the artist and that you don't always have to paint exactly what you're seeing. Let's go here. We're gonna bring in our black. We're gonna bring in our black for our pupil. The black is really just gonna help us establish that this is an eyeball and not some other weird object. It's gonna be a very black eye in here as well, so the eye is gonna be nice and rounded right here. Let's go. We can actually add a little bit of highlight right there. Now I need to add a little bit of a dark area. Well, before I do that, let's clean this brush off. This nice little skin tone here. I can also add this to the other side. Let's see how I can bring in some of these highlights around here. So, on top of the eyelid. Let's start to find some shadows around the nose. So I want to start building up around the nose area. That's the goal right now. Nose area. So let's go. And here's what we gotta do. We need to shape out the area around her lip here. I need a brushier brush for this. Let's see. Let me grab this brush. I'm gonna scratch it up. Scratch up this section right here just to give it. We're gonna clean off this brush, and we need to add some highlights where the lip goes, because this lip kind of comes up a little high. So we're gonna come up right here. Oh crap. And then we're just gonna, we gotta blend, I think we gotta blend some of this dark shadow. Well, I don't think, I know we gotta blend it. Where does that end? So that's gonna end like right around there. me see. Something about the nose is not sitting right with me. I think I need to add some more shadow up the nose. I think that's what we got to do. So we're gonna add some of this brown. Gonna mix in our pink. And the nose is a little wide right here. So this is what I want to fix. I'm gonna go like right up here and reduce the her nose. The ridge of her nose just looks a little too wide, and it's in it. It's not capturing the likeness. So that's what I want to work on reducing right here. How's that look? Is that a little better? Yeah, it's a little better. I could blend this down just a little bit. I'm constantly looking at the camera because it helps give me like a different perspective on the piece. And that's really helpful. What I should do is I should turn this around so that I could see it in a mirror. I do have a mirror over here. If I could organize this room somehow to where I could actually see it in a mirror, that'd be great. But for now, this is how I'm working. All right, so let's go. I don't need this thing anymore. Try to find. We need to tone that brown down. So we got to tone that down. We're gonna grab our yellow. Grab some of our red. Maybe work in this little red zone right here. Little zone of red. Little zone of red and pink. That nose is gonna need a lot of work. It's okay. Let's keep going. Keep pushing this through. Need a highlight. Grab this yellow. Should drop down some more white instead of being lazy. Okay. So this is a fun little tube here. So what we need is a tube squeezer. This tube squeezer helps you get just an extra 10% out of all of your tubes. 10%, I think. So for every dollar, every $10 that you spend on a tube, if you don't have one of these like tube squeezers to help you get the most out of it, you're missing out on $1. So say a $20 tube, without a tube squeezer, you're gonna miss out on like $2. 10% at least. Cat? What the heck are these cats doing? What are you doing, cats? Causing a ruckus in there. Oh crap. My charger. So like, you know, one of these tube squeezers, all you need to do is you just need to push it all the way up. I mean, I would say at least 10 to 20% extra paint. So, you know, anywhere between, for every $10 you spend, every $10 you spend on a tube of paint, if you don't have a tube squeezer, you miss out on $1 to $2. So a $20 tube, you're missing out anywhere between $2 to $4 of oil paint without a tube squeezer, because it gets all of it up to the tip and you can just squeeze it right out. And without it, you're going to miss out on that bit. Because I don't think any hand in the world is agile. Because not only do you need like a very thin hand, you need like a very, but you also need a very strong hand. So some people got really strong hands, which is great. And some people got very dainty hands. But, you know, you need both in order to really get all the paint out if you don't have a tube squeezer. And, you know, most people do not have both. You can have one or the other. Strong hands or dainty hands. And here we go. So we got, you know what else you could also do to get all the paint out is you just dip your paint in there. You just dip your brush in. And that gets you the last, you know, 2%, 5% of your tube. And I would say that maybe there's less than, you know, one flat little disc worth of paint, which, you know, I can live with that. But missing out on 10% of an entire tube, that's just wasteful. It's supposed to be on the canvas, not lost in the tube. So let's go with, I'm gonna go with white, and I want to find our like nice neutral tan color. A nice little tan color again. Okay, what are you doing up here? Okay. You know what? I also need to go into here and try to capture some light, but let's go actually around. I'm just gonna go and this around, go around, round into the face right there. Reduce the overall impact of this red. And I think she's looking pretty good. Looking good, looking good. There we go. Nice blending. Blending has solved the problem here. And let's go around, and we're gonna go just to round out the face a little bit, right around this area. Nice subtle blending right here. I think it's raining. Is it raining? All right, and let's try to bring in some color into here now. So we're gonna bring in like a nice dark pink. Really, I think it's raining. I'm gonna bring in like a darker pink here. Grab our burnt umber. It needs to umber it up. We need to burnt umber that up. It's a little bit too bright, and we can really start to improve this later. But for now, this is the goal here. Tighten up the chin. Brown out the space a little bit. Now we're coming along. We are coming along. Let me see. I gotta find this red yellow. Let me find a good like red yellow ochre. I want like a red yellow ochre here. Maybe some more yellow. And I want to bring down this wrist. I'll feel it right there. Now I gotta tighten up in that hair area. So let me see. All right, let's see where this hand goes. What are we gonna do? What was I about to do? Oh yeah, this area right here needs to be blended down. So we're gonna grab some of this original hair color that we had. And we're actually just going to bring it down right here. We're just going to go. I want to get rid of the white space here. What's this? Why is this like this? Ah, here we go. Because the hair is supposed to be coming down. All right. Made a lot of progress today. You know what I want to do right now? You don't know because I haven't spoken and I don't think anybody can read my mind. But what I want to do right now is I want to outline the lip. I want to outline the lip in like two very distinct facial wrinkles that help to define her. How do I want to do that? How do I want to do that? I'm going to use a burnt umber. I'm going to take a burnt umber and lighten it up just a little bit. I want it to be too overpowering. And let's use this. Actually, we're almost done, by the way, people. So if you're just tuning in and you want to stick around, I'm not going to be here for too much longer. We're going to go right around here. It's probably coming down too far. I'll have to work on that later. But also, some cute little wrinkles. Got a little wrinkle on the side of the side of the mouth right here. It's like a dimple almost. So we're just gonna leave a little dimple right there. And then eventually we will blend those around. But for now, we're done painting for the night. And you know, in future paintings, we're just gonna keep building up section by section, part by part, section by section. So one great thing about painting with oil is you always have a reason to take a break, because oil painting, there's always gonna be something to work on. There can always be something to work on another day, because it needs time to dry. It needs time to. Doesn't always need time to dry, but you know, I could keep working this technically. But sometimes if you let it dry, it just becomes easier to work on top of. Let's see, where is my cover for my paint canister? Here we go. And if you're still here, thanks. I appreciate you being here. But I'm gonna wrap up for tonight. It's been a long day. Went to the gym this morning and did a 10 by 10 squat routine. So I did like a pyramid where you do five reps going up in weight, and then five sets going up in weight, 5 sets of 10 going up in weight, and then 5 sets of 10 going down in weight. Did a little pyramid exercise. fun. Good to have strong legs. Good for mobility. And with that, we're wrapping up right now. So let's turn this off and just want to say thanks, everybody. Take care. Until next time.